Hello, good morning. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Today is Monday, December 30th. It is 10:08, 10:08 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. The, the day that we are watching here is very mechanical day here. But it has become dangerous now. Uh, um, I was checking here. Actually, what I have here is a bias here. I have a bias to the upside. Actually, I think it looks to me like inventory is very short. But um, but we have a gap here, right? We have a gap to the downside. Gap guidelines apply. We have a very absolutely weak level here. I was using this level in my for my market profiles. Look at where since this period open, it has been revolving around half back here. I was using this area here, these big blocks from this day here as a reference in the lower side, and I'm going to use these ones in the upper side. Okay. You may say, but why you do that, right? I mean, not challenging today, but that's for the upcoming days. I was watching this market first. When I came to the trading desk, I saw what the market did here, right? With this overnight here, market taking care of all of this systematic, very weak buying here. This is Nasdaq, ES, and below this there was another area here that the market just did. I don't know what happened. Probably there was some news here. Something must have happened here. And below that, there is actually nothing here, right? This crazy, crazy emotional market here during this day. I don't know what day is, but it's I did a couple Fridays ago. That was last Friday, yeah, 2 Fridays ago. We have this one, and for actually was this one? Was it the 18th? Was a couple Fridays ago? No, the 20. Yeah, 20. What is the 20? This is the 20. This one here. I was saying, I closed the stream last week and I did an update that I was going to take this day as a reference. Now, whatever happened today, I mean, during these days, now I was going to use this as a main reference, right? So if I use this as a reference, so this is a relief rally of the extremely short inventory that couldn't get into this balance area here. And now, since has been rebalanced, there is some downside continuation. But the downside continuation is absolutely weaker here. Very crazy. What the nuance or the little piece of information that I am carrying here is what the market did here. on M. It has some. It look like this could be some sort of short squeeze here, but what actually did was move this questionable buy or selling from this CDE, just move it higher. Now we have basically the same thing that we have here. We have around the 60-30, right? Which is this highlighted red area that I have just did now. Now we have a market to the downside. We have a downside day. Something else that we have that is very unusual here is a weekly gap, right? We have a weekly gap. You don't see weekly gaps that often. Whenever it happens, the market has a tendency there to do something about those ones. When these gaps are from the rollover period, that's another story. But now we don't have that. It's the end of the year, very emotional trading and all that stuff, right? There could be some. The market has quieted down now. I did try. I have actually like four trades. All my trades were to the upside, man. Really. I didn't like how the market was doing. I was buying some when the market has extensions, like this little spikes to the downside. That's when I got my longs, but it didn't have upside continuation. No, I don't know. I think I am negative here. I don't check P&L during the trading day. That's one of my objectives. If you are checking P&L, you are not paying attention to the market. It's as simple as that. Now, as the market developed, started to open, one of the first things, right, it's a market to the downside, right? All indices are in sync, right? There's no divergence here in the indices. That's one thing. Let me see. Man. I haven't seen some profit taking here so far. I haven't seen that. I was watching the 50s, for example. I've opened far from the 50s. There was, I had this level as my. I had November low. How much is November? November high, my bad. 59.25 as one of my references as well. Oh, here it is. I had it here. This is my reference. The market took that one. It's re-entering this range. Oh, this gap. My gap. Then also, if you check your weekly time frame charts, it's re-entering the a 3, 6, 7 week range. This time is not having that much penetration, right? And that low. This is very important here. Now I was thinking that maybe what traders have seen now or are trying to do is close the gap. The gap we have here is the election gap. This would be the 4, 6, 7, 8 time that the market is trying to close the gap. Right? That was a significant gap. Traders might be able to do that today. I don't know. But before getting over here, the market has to deal with the 5,900 first, which actually is the gap high. Volume is slightly higher than Friday, but overall it's very low. Huh? Just check this out. I'm going to put this one here, a little bit higher than Friday. But if this day continues, right, what we will have at the end of the day, it's something like this, kind of like around this much, right? And what's that? That's one of the lowest days that we have during the year, right? So it's this just short-term trading going on here. Short-term trading has one thing, one peculiar thing, right? It is not known by his staying power. So if the market moves against them, they're going to get out really quick. Something also a little nuance here is this bond market really has a really nice upside there. Huh? Really nice upside there. Actually has taken the highs of the previous two previous days. We have absolutely questionable high here. Let's check the daily charts. Could this be the low? This is a range. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know if this can be the low. We have this looks like dollar looks like short. If dollar falls, this means this may drag the market. As long as this is strong, this favors big tech. Gold is kind of a liquidation mode, but very, very, very questionable as well. I think mostly trading. All right, we are back at halfback. Okay. How many trades have you made since? I mean, if you were on the stream, since I have opened the stream, for example, right? How many trades have you made? No, I didn't streams from today early because I thought there was some opportunities. I wanted to focus. I wanted to focus on the market. First, this was my main reference. Let's see the market can do something about this little distribution on the upper side. And you can see the market totally completely ignore the overnight inventory, which is super short, very short. And I think has a lot of this is the old business, right? It has been dealt with, right? You have this one here is adding to this. I hope you can. In hindsight, right? In hindsight is you can say a lot of things, right? I may also you can call this maybe data peaking, right? Which is one of the bias that we have. Now, but this inventory here, this trying to go upside is adding to this one, right? Very systematic buying here, very systematic buying over here. So these are holding or adding or dollar averaging or whatever I'm doing. This is what I'm doing here. This is twice, right? This is weak. This is weak as well, and this is exponentially weak here. We can see what happened now, right? All these guys are forced to liquidate here. We still have more on the lower side, but to keep going lower here, the market needs volume. The next thing, so that's why I say, so traders may be aiming to close the election gap, which is the one that we have here, right? And falls almost right over the 100 moving average. The 50s has been left behind, and this could be something. And also around that level, there is a 5% pullback right there. 5% pullback from the highs. Huh? That would be the 58, 55. Coming back, checking the October high, but you just saw what's happening here. This could be the next thing on the lower side. This could be the aim. Today's trade closed the gap, but how is doing it is leaving a gap behind. Right? We have this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, very questionable highs here, but that's information for later, for the upcoming May, sometime during next year, maybe at the end of this week, tomorrow's the end of the year. There's a lot of things that can happen tomorrow. And Thursday is a new day. Okay? It's completely new year. Right? It's a new cycle that starts on Thursday. Okay, what else? All indices are in sync. We increases the odds of the movement we're having. May have some continuation. What kind of movement are we having? Downside. This level here, I highlighted this as I think now this was support resistance, and that one is this one here as well. It happens to coincide with this, for me, kind of like a double relevance, or kind of like having two references at the same at the same price, make it that stronger, from my point of view. So that's what also I am using this right here as a potential. I guess another traders call this pivot levels or something like that. It doesn't have to happen today, but this is something that I am going to cut up for later. Right now, for example, I am carrying this from this day. This is from the 19th. So I don't think that this is going to be used again today. It has happened and has passed almost 2 weeks, 11 days before this level has been used again. From my point of view, it's kind of unlikely it is going to be used again today. Being low odds, remember, this is just our thinking, right? Low odds doesn't mean zero odds. Okay. Next thing, while the market was doing this, one of my potential not references, but the next thing is this one here. I just put this one here, and I'm carrying this level from this day here. There was a lot of back and forth from this area, and that's why I have it highlighted here. And you can see what the market did, right? What was used as a support before, now it's a resistance. That's one of the patterns, one of the behavioral patterns of short-term traders, right? That have that tendency to use what traders saw as a resistance before or support before, now it's resistance. For the lower side, this is too much here, too much in the way. So that's why I decided to use only this little piece here in the lower side, okay? But as a potential, come on. As a next thing to watch in the lower side for or to monitor the market for continuation, right? The next thing the market has to do is take that level, right? And why that? Because that is the opposite side of this range, of this little distribution here. The market has closed all the distributions that we have from this day, right? Look at this, right? It failed to close the distribution with this FOMC day. It failed to close to this distribution. The next thing the market does closes the distribution of the relief rally that we have here. Now all of these movements that we have to the upside relative to this day now has been taken care of, and what I am seeing here, right, the way how I'm treating this day is a continuation of this FOMC day here. Right? There's a downside there. The potential is there. But I have a, if if I didn't have tomorrow's as the end of the year, and if the week wasn't a short one, if the day that we don't trade is right Wednesday, right half of the week, I would be treating this as a very different, right? Very different. This now is held back, but this the downside extension move held back a little bit from here down here. But since we have, when we have this kind of volatility, we have 19 a little bit higher. I was impressed by how that VIX index went from 27 or 30 something like that all the way almost to 14 in a couple days. A completion slab. This is just the completion. What's the word? Complacency, something like that. It was just outstanding. Man. This is just short-term trading. We have here. I am kind of like reluctant to do anything here now. I was just going to wait, but I'm not going to walk away. I'm going to wait what this market has to offer. This mark here, what happened here is the same thing that is happening down here. There was a lot of buying or selling from Halbach, exactly from Halbach. There was some buying here that has been taken over, right, from Halbach. How about another period here? Another period. We have let's see if that distribution is close, right? Little one has okay. That's it. This is not a good sign here for any. I know the market is low, and the market is going lower, where the current action is to the downside. But I think the risk is increasing here. But that's what the market is doing. Believe what you have in front of your eyes here. First thing, notice where it's being sold from. Now let's see if the market can go a little bit higher and sell from this one here. Right. One of the things that when I have a position, I don't know if you remember what happened on B. Right. It was really nice trade here, opportunity. Right. The market did just what the market is doing now. Right. This one, but it was just below Halbach. Was selling from Halbach. This really narrow range. Kind of like around, kind of like from here to here, kind of like a little bit where C is now. The same thing. The selling was coming from Halbach. It was selling here, coming here, coming back up. Boy, this could be really bad for the short, and that could be something to the upside, right? As soon as I was started to look something here, the market started to do what the market is doing now, but faster, way faster, right? Come back to Halbach, not Halbach B, but some reference here. I guess we have first we have this distribution which also was this one, and kind of like give me an idea that that's a good opportunity to take the short again. Right, but it's the fact that he just stopped it here. He said, "No, I'm not going to do that." And the market has some upside extension after that, all the way to what it was Halbach. And that's why I have it. This mark here. This is from today, right? Daily Halbach. This high here. I don't like that. I don't like this one. This is previous period hardback. You know, this is just, come on, man. I am not going to do anything here. You want to do to the downside? Is this something that fits your style? You just make an analysis, right? The times that you have taken a trade, how many times has worked, how many times hasn't. Did you follow your plan? Was part of your plan? Just make an analysis, right? If it works, you will work it. If it favors your trade, well, keep going it. Keep doing it, right? Keep it up. Now these guys are doing the same thing, and I don't like that, man. I don't like it. Really don't like that. They are just doing the same thing, but this time might be different. Oh boy. This one has been corrected. Notice how this is dry here. You can see I have a bias to the upside. Remember, have not forgotten about this day. Right? I may have biases, opinions about the market, but I also have time frames. Right? I also have time frames. This 5% pullback may be something. 58.50. Right? I was checking this puts here, the 58.70. But first, before anything, the market has to get to the 5,900 before anything. Right? Market has to deal with the gap high. To close the gap, first the market has to deal with the 5,900. Traders seeing these numbers as a, give these numbers some kind of magical power. And there could be some back and forth from the 5,900 as well. So what are the odds, right? Back and forth from this, aiming to this. So that could be actually the ultimate destination of this downside movement. But what can happen while it's going to those destinations is what I am watching here. And I don't like my odds, to be honest. No, I don't like my odds. The road can be bumpy. To choose a board going over there. I don't like the way how this market is trading. This gap has been closed. We have now 3 wide profile. The profile is getting wider here, and this is very typical, right? This is very typical of a liquidation, a long liquidation. That's what we are having here. The expectation here would be another distribution, right? But this time of the year, as I say again, I don't like my odds. October high here. This was a nice short here, right? I was watching. Oh, I hope this market gets a little bit closer to this one, right? Just about what was daily hardback at the time, maybe a little higher without taking this one here, or maybe here, right? And when the market came back through this area, that's when I got my short, but it didn't happen. And that's part of your plan as well, right? That's what I do. I believe that I have better odds that way. If it works for you, just keep doing it. All right. Look at that. Look at that. There's a lot of volume here, right here. Very short-term trading here. I haven't seen big ones here. When we have this kind of days, there could be something here, right? We have this thing. You may have, for example, it can be to the upside or to the downside. You may have a view. We may have something. Okay, I have something here. I don't like this. This is dry. I'm going to go higher, right? It starts going. It starts to move in the direction, and then there's just there's a pullback, right? Like 3, 4, 5 points, like boom, really fast, really quick, just to retake what that pullback did, right? That pullback retrace it. Um, I am seeing that now. I'm seeing that. Like a kind of unusual chop for a day with a gap. A downside day. Oh, it's starting to look like a long liquidation day. Let's see that highlighted area holds here. Now look at that, man. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. This one is not going to hold. You want to take a long? As soon as you take a long, boom, the market comes back. All right. Now we have a rotational day. They also have a rotational day now are increasing. One time frame lower has ended early in the session. Okay. So now this is my main area here, my main level here. This is the kind of movement I would love to have had in B rather than C. Look at this, how this dries here, right? Alright, alright. Now let's see what happens here. I'm not going to give you, I'm going to try, I'll give you only, no. No man, I'm going to do something here, 45. I'm going to do 45. 45 here. Come on, come on. I'm moving this too much too. This is the moment. This is the moment I was waiting. I was waiting for taking this one here. But come on, man! Look at where it came from. Stopping here. What the risk here is a day to the downside. The risk here is the short squeeze. That the short squeeze can happen, can be really fast here. I just don't like this, man. It's not a day to the downside anymore. I mean, the auction is not to the downside anymore. The day is to the downside. Days, markets rarely move straight up or straight down, right? No, it's very tricky there. You have seen how I had to move my stop here. And the market just makes this. Nah. There's a lot of chop here. Very unusual chop for a market that has that amount, that big of a gap. I mean, the gap is not that big, right? But the movement, the gap, how much gap we have? 80, 56. Oh, wow, this is actually a big gap. It's 30 points gap here. I think that this business, all business has been taken care of. Now I'm going to keep an eye just on what I have relative to Friday, okay? The gap here. How have you placed any trades? I think it's rather the opposite, right? I'm going to take the 41 as a. Come on, man! Look at that! Look at that! Doesn't let me take anything here. Where is the 41? 41 is down here. This one here. This one here. Oh, look! Yeah, do you see that? It goes really fast, man. You just take. I was taking my stop. That was a big loss there. That's like how many points there? 7 points. Yeah, and these are just micros. Oh, mother, sweet mother, God, I forgot about this one here. Ah, just have my level there. What a stupid man. You know, the same kind of selling that happened here in A. Just look at that, man. They are coming exactly from the same level. The same thing here. Gosh. No, but the sellers that come here are a little bit different than the ones that are here now. So this may have something deep here or deeper. Oh. I was willing to prove this thesis that this was working as a support resistance, right? Once this has been taken, I was willing to use this as a support again. I was wrong. And being wrong is the price that I pay, I am willing to pay here to prove my thesis, right? To prove my theory. And that's the cost of doing business. Where it's coming from now? What do I have here? This area here is the area of volume. It's the center of the profile almost. This can be a rotational day. Don't you think? These are different kind of sellers now. If there is something here, if there is something, a new action can start here to the downside. And that will be D, right? That has to be D. Oh boy, I wasn't checking also. I guess I did too much here. Look at this. I didn't check this chart. I was just focusing on my market profile. And I missed this actually. God, man. Look at these, man. Look at these charts here. Look at that. Man, this doesn't look good. This doesn't look good for the shorts here. Look at this. Has taken care of all these shorts here. And this is not the first time for the Nasdaq actually. Nasdaq is actually different here. Where are you, Nasdaq? Let's see, for example, Nasdaq can take this low out. How much is that? Oh, come on, there's a 300. Oh, but that's not good. This is holding the 300 here. Can you see what's happening here? There's a big fight, right? Ted is buying the market because it's, they are deep buying. Another one selling, and that kind of like is strong in both sides. Look at Nasdaq here, right? You have the 300 right there. They may aim to the 300 here. Aim to the 300. And taking that, put this loss in risk, and that actually can take the market lower here. If that doesn't happen, that's the question, right? This is an outside buy. The outside buy for short-term traders changed this upside movement, and that's what we have in the same thing that we had here to the downside is the same thing that we're having now to the upside. Okay, I guess that was a worthless, really careless short there. I mean long. We have this one. This is an area to take profits actually. Right? I start to trim here, right here. I want to see if there is something from this one. No, same thing goes for Nasdaq here. Can you see this? Look at that, man. It's being bought from. You can buy this Nasdaq and use the 300 as a stop, right? You can buy the Nasdaq here, use this 300 as a stop. Market comes to 300, boom, you're out. And you have to use, that's 10 points here. Are you willing to do that? That's the question, right? You want to do that? Let's do that. Oh, come on. Set default. It has taken too much time now. This is being used as a support, 300 here. I kind of like it too far. Like 20 points is too much now. For this market. Right? And it's kind of like a scalping here for this one. Very, very dangerous. Because the current action is to the downside. Why you want to go against the current action? Right? Teresa will be selling here. No. And all indices are doing the same. The Dow, ES, Russell, and Nasdaq. Very interesting there. Okay, I'm negative here. Well, I need to take this call. I'll be back soon. Hello, I'm back. I guess I should have called that call. I think it's just too far. I choose this 80, this one here. I might should have choose something closer. I guess the aim is taking this high out, and for it to develop, it has to move towards the 50, and I think it was just too far from. I choose it. I choose one that was too far from. I just decided to let it go. I was using this area as my stop. Right? I think that was a call. The cost of the call is the risk I'm willing to take. But I'm not going to let it go to zero, right? Because I was using this area here, and that's why I put this red here. But that was a bad choice, as you can see. It's not advancing much, man, like half of a point. That's 1 point now. Oh boy. Now, next thing on the upper side, daily low, the opening. And all of this crazy short inventory now. And all things started here, right? What we watch here, this drying that happened here. These kind of days, traders are selling rallies, right? This has been corrected. It's a very questionable high here. I'm going to keep this red as in these charts. Just to remember myself that this area here is kind of like this area here as well. Very mechanical buying here, the 300. Oh, look at that. It comes down all the way down to the 300. It would have taken the stop. No, that's 70 points now. A very short term trade here. I thought at the time it was worth the risk of taking this, taking this call here. Now you are always adjusting, right? I had this from the opening, and it just didn't work. It didn't work the way I thought it was going to work. So this is the question, right? This is the thing. I closed that. Right? It went all the way. It rallied a little bit to take profits, but only 1 point, right? I wasn't here. I decided to close when the market was just struggling here in this area. And right now it's back where it was. So if you believe this, you can take it straight back. But I was doing that, or I did that, because it was this area, this white area, right? From A first, then C, and aim it to correct here, and maybe momentum buying coming here and trying to fill the gap. It didn't. When I didn't see that, I just decided to close. Right? That's part of the plan. So now this white thing is gone. I don't use that anymore. This low thing, this was also, I was going to close this when I got this long. I was going to close if the market closed this distribution, because that would target this low. It didn't by 1 tick, so market was here, right? So I decided to keep it. But that part, that is over. I am trying to explain what I did here, why I took that, why I did it it is against the daily action, but in pair, in sync with the current action. The current intraday action is to the upside, after this low was taken, probably this will go higher as much as to take this one, but it's weakening here. I can just duplicate this, for example, move it higher, and what do we have here? The same trend, right? The same bias here that happened. It's right back at this area here. This is the ES. This can be something here from here. Either way. Which one? I have no idea. What is this? The AD? The 44, right? 44, this area here. It is a nice tail in the daily. If you check your daily charts, you will see your daily bar charts. You will see today has a really nice tail to the downside. Nice buying tail. But again, I'm using FOMC day as a reference here. There can be a spike here to the upside. All right, unless you have any questions, I'm going to call it a day. I wish you guys a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. See you tomorrow.